Pest infestation? Call Bugman, because when you see red, bugs are dead.
All right, welcome back. We are going to do the breakdown of the Southeastern Conference today. We're going to do the SEC. This is our last breakdown. I have about 12 shows or podcasts taped. So hopefully we start releasing this week, Monday or Tuesday, hopefully. If you're listening to this, then you know already. So let's jump into it. SEC. If you've been paying any attention to any of the others, I'll just start with what do we know about the SEC? What we know about the SEC is they only 5 teams replace one coordinator, and only one team in the SEC replaces both. And in that one, Venables is now calling the defense for Oklahoma. So essentially it's 4. I do think that the SEC, with the Big Ten winning 2 back-to-back national championships, I think the SEC has a chip on their shoulder this year. I think they're coming out to try to make sure to get that national championship back into the SEC realm. Will that happen? I don't know. As we know, it is a gauntlet in the Southeastern Conference. And so we'll see. I do think there's a little bit of chip on their shoulder, and I think there's some urgency from people around the Southeastern Conference to get that championship back. So if you've been listening, what I do is I break down my rankings of each. There's 16 teams in the SEC. We always start at the bottom and work our way up. Okay, so 16, we're going Kentucky. About the only thing good for Kentucky this year is their offensive line, I think. Stoops might be on the hot seat there. They have a win total of 4.5. I'll take the under. It's going to be tough to get the 5 for them. At 15, I have Mississippi State. They lost a lot in the portal, and Levy's doing his best. They're at 3.5 on their win total. I think it's going to be hard to get to 4 unless they upset somebody, and I don't know that they can. So I'll take the under 3.5 there. Arkansas, they do have a bright spot at quarterback. Taylon Green is good. Pippen is a good coach, but man, they have a tough schedule. Their win total is 5.5. I'm on the line about this. Something tells me they could get to 6, but then something tells me they stay at 5. So I'll take the under here, just based upon the schedule. 13, I have Vandy. Vandy, this is going to be their best defense that Clark Lee has had. If you listen to my top 25 the other day, it's a portal rebuild. That's the thing. Diego Pavia is back. Obviously, to me, just as is important to Virginia Tech, I think this game for Vandy is important to get over their win total. I'm going to take them over because their win total is 5.5. Excuse me. And I don't know, though. I don't feel great. I mean, they won 7 last year, and that was the best they've been in a while. To me, this feels like a 5-6 game season just based upon who they have, but they're going to have a really good defense. So number 12, I have Auburn. Now Auburn is picked a little higher in some people's eyes. While their wide receivers will be dynamic, what can Jackson Arnold do? The transfer from Oklahoma, that'll be the question at quarterback. They have them at 7.5. I say run to the under there. I think they end up, if they do their best they can get out of this is 7, in my opinion. 11 is Tennessee. Now they're a little bit lower on my poll than most. And the only reason that is because they were replacing a quarterback after spring. So you're bringing in somebody to learn a system after spring. And I'm not saying it can't be done. They've got talent there. They lost their running back to the NFL, so they're replacing that too. They have a win total of 8.5. They're probably sitting at 7 or 8 when it comes around to it. So I'm going under for that reason. Tennessee fans will be all over me about that, but I think the question mark is, the quarterback coming in, and 1, is he that good? 2, has he had enough time to gel with everybody? Number 10, I have Missouri. Schedule sets up very nice for them. This is one of my run to the over. I think they get to 9 games fairly easy. They're coming in at number 10. Heathens, Kettle Corn, and Mobile Grill. You can find them at Dr. Pepper Park, local Roanoke events, and also now doing fundraising with teams, organizations, churches, etc. Find them on Facebook, Heathens, Kettle Corn, and Mobile Grill. All right, so we're back at number 9. Number 9, I have Ole Miss. Can they keep winning with all these transfers? That's going to be the question. They remind me of Kentucky in basketball. They just every year they're getting the one and dones. It seems like they have an 8.5 win total. To me, that's a little high with the schedule that they're looking at. So I have them under. I think 8-4 is good. South Carolina, I have at 8. Sellers, he may be the best quarterback in the SEC when it's all said and done. They lost a lot on defense. And they've brought some kids in, don't get me wrong. But I'm just going to tell you this. I took the under. I like 7.5 in the under. I think this is a team that has not been successful, really. They've just been middle of the pack. They had a little taste of success last year. And I think people were remembering what happened last year going into this year. They still play a killer schedule. They're opening with Tech. They end with Clemson. I mean, it's not an easy schedule. So I take the under there. A&M, again, I'll always try to remind people this so they don't think I am front running. It's the team that I like. They're returning the quarterback, all 5 offensive linemen, 4 running backs. They upgraded, in my opinion, at wide receiver. I mean, they did lose one to Georgia, a tall receiver that he will hurt in the red zone, but they got speed to replace that. Defensive line needs a little bit more depth, but they've got some good players. Secondary, they were one of the best in the country last year at pass defense. They've got pretty much everybody back and both of their linebackers. They're coming in at 7.5. I'm going to take them over. I mean, being a fan, they have been perennial 8-4. So I don't see them dropping from that with what they have back. Maybe they get to 9 this year. I mean, if you remember last year, they were 7-1 at one point, and they needed to beat Auburn, and they were in the SEC championship game, and almost guaranteed a spot in the college football playoff, and then they ended up losing 3 in a row. So that hurts. Number 6, I have Oklahoma. They're one of my sleepers. 6.5 is their win total. Run. Don't walk to the window to get that over. They have a good quarterback coming in. Defensively, Venables is now taking over. The running back, Ott, is from Cal. I just think there's good things brewing there at Oklahoma. Now, I will say this. The schedule is brutal. So I wouldn't go spend a whole lot on this, but I would tell you to run and get something on that over if you like doing over-unders. 5, I have Florida. This is all about Lagway, right? The quarterback, as he stay healthy. They came on at the end of the year. Their win total is 6.5. Again, it's a brutal schedule. I'll take them over. I'll take 7. Number 4, I have Bama. We just got the news today. Today's the 17th of August. That Jam Miller, their starting running back, broke his collarbone. So I would maybe keep an eye on that win total. It's 9.5 as of today. That may change. I like them under. I think they come in at 9-3. That's my opinion. New quarterback, and they're replacing some things, and now you got a quarterback and a running back. So I like the under. If that thing drops to 8.5, maybe you hit it. Maybe you hit the over. Coming in at 3, I have Georgia. A lot of this is because I'm not a believer in Stockton yet. He seems like he's a gunslinger, kind of like Stetson Bennett, but we got to see it through the season, and I think defensive coordinators are going to learn a little something again with him. Wide receivers definitely got better. Their offensive line, they took a hit, so they're going to need some help there. Their win total's 9.5. I'll take them over. I think with the way their schedule plays out, I think they can get to 10-2. Now that doesn't mean I think they're necessarily one of the best teams in the country. They're one of the best teams in the country, but I don't know that I would put them as top 3 or 4 right now. They might gel into that. Kirby Smart has a lot of talent on that squad. Number 2, LSU. And this is basically because they have quarterback back, Nussmeier. If he would have went last year, he would have been a probably second, third round pick in the NFL. He came back. Here's the key. They've lost 5 straight openers. 5 straight openers. And they go to Clemson to open this year. So that's going to be interesting. I think that is weighing heavy on Kelly's mind, and I think it's playing in the players' mind too. Their win total is 8.5. I'm going to take them under. I think they come in at 8-4. Pretty tough schedule. Texas, and the question here is Arch Manning. Is he legit? We know the defense is going to be very good. Can Arch Manning, be the guy? They got to go up to Ohio State to start. Not to mention they have Oklahoma. They got A&M. It's not an easy schedule. They're 9.5 win total, and based upon their defense, and I am banking on Arch Manning being pretty good, I'm going to take Texas's over. I think they'll come in at 10-2. So I think you'll end up having a couple 10-2 teams, and I think you'll end up having 2 or 3 9-3 teams. And that's going to be key when they go into the college football playoff. Because if you remember last year, they only got what did they get? 4 teams last year, and so I know they want more. I know the Big Ten had one more team in it last year than the SEC. So that's the goal, I think, for the SEC, is to get through unscathed and get teams into that college football playoff to get some of them home games. And hopefully do a little bit better in the college football playoffs. So that's the SEC. That does it for all the of the conferences that we are going to wrap up. So as we go forward, we'll be talking what's going on during the week. Today is Sunday the 17th. Next Saturday you've got week 0. You've got some games. So Thursday we'll probably put out something on that, and then Friday we'll be back on the Greg Roberts radio show doing our thing there. So thanks for everybody if you've been listening. If not, share. We want to get this out. Thanks to the sponsors, Bugman, Heathens. I've been trying to plug them throughout this, and I've been trying to keep these things 15-20 minutes. So it's a ride to and from work, right? Thanks.